Hey Color Kids, it's Katie Carty Hiley of RainbowBrite.net. Welcome back to the Rainbow Land Museum, and welcome back to another Rainbow Brite toy review! Can you guess what I'm reviewing today? It's not that doll, or 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 that doll, but this doll! Do-do-do-do! We finally have the new 16-inch Rainbow Brite doll from Hallmark to add to our collections. Score! It's true, she is here! The 16-inch Rainbow Brite doll from Hallmark, coming to a Hallmark store near you super soon. She just started shipping today. This is November 9th that I am recording this. So she will be in your store very soon if she's not there already. Give your store a call. If she's not there, they can put you on a list and call you when she gets there. So I'm just gonna dive right in and tell you all about this cute doll. Okay, so let's start with her shoes because they're adorbs. Look how big and chunky they are. And I want to show you the detail of the stitching here. So the bottom has all the stitching and the sides. It goes all the way around. Love that. Very high quality. On the top, we've got the orange strap and the yellow star. And that is printed on the material. That's not like a sticker or an iron-on or anything that's going to fall off. It is just part of the material. Yay! Super high quality. Love it. There's stitching between the colors on her leg. The shiny satiny white material here going before the legs. There's not a lot of stitching, or sorry, not stitching. There's not a lot of stuffing at the top of her leg for whatever reason. She's still just as top heavy as any of the other dolls, so she can't sit up by herself. She needs to be propped against a wall or something. So I don't really think that's for helping her to sit better. I'm not sure why they made that decision, but you don't notice it when you're just holding her, looking at her, playing with her, or whatever. It's just something I noticed because I notice everything. Anyway, moving on. And before I forget, since her tag is right here, she is $29.95 and she was manufactured in September of this year, which I find interesting because all of the other dolls we've gotten so far this year were manufactured in June. So interesting on 2 points. One, just that it's different from all the others, and two, they released the first prototype image of this doll in early August, and there were actually a couple of issues that myself and some other fans had with that first prototype, and maybe they were giving some time to get some feedback and make some changes before they started manufacturing, because they did make a couple of changes. The color belt got smaller, so it actually fits on the top of her dress, and her lip color got lighter from that original prototype picture. So I'm very happy that they took, even if it wasn't our feedback, if it was feedback from someone else that said the same thing, whatever made them make those changes, I'm super happy that they took the time to listen to the fans and did make the changes. So yeah, she was actually manufactured just 2 months ago in September. So she's pretty darn new, and her dress is magnificent. It's super shiny and iridescent, just like the old doll. The colors don't show up so much on this video, I don't think, but when you hold it in the light, you can totally see like some pinks and greens and lighter blues and indigo blues. It's gorgeous, just like the original, and she's got it on her wings up here, also just like the original. Love it! Got more stitching between the colors on her arm. And it's got 4 different colors. And the top color is not the same color as her body. And then we've got the star on her armbands, which I love that detail. That was on the 2003 doll, but not the original 80s doll. And again, it's just printed on the material. It's not a sticker. Not going to come off. Yay! And same with the color belt. That is just printed right there on the material. So we don't have to worry about it fading faster than the rest of the dress. We don't have to worry about losing it or having to re-glue it back on like we did in the old days. Yeah, look at this old one. It's completely coming off. Sad face. So I'm super glad that they fixed that like design flaw, I guess you could say. So that won't be an issue. She's also got the 3 dots on her neck, which I love that. And I'll show you the back here. She's got Velcro that goes down the back of her dress, and the yellow material here actually covers up the twist tie, or not twist tie, but the, I can't think of the name right now, but the tie thing that keeps her head on. On the old dolls, that was always poking out a little bit, and it was not that attractive. So I'm glad that that is hidden back here. Also, she does not have the 1983 copyright, or any copyright on the back of her head like the old dolls have had, which is probably a good thing because that can be confusing when people see that copyright date. They think that's when the doll was manufactured. So I'm actually glad that they got rid of that for this particular doll so it won't confuse anyone. They'll know when she's from, because I think it actually says the year on her tush tag. Yeah, well, it says September, or Sep 15, just like the other tag does. So yeah, in the future people will know when she's from. So let's go to her. I'm actually going to skip her face and go to her hair, and then I'll come back to her face. She has this beautiful satiny purple ribbon on her yellow hair with her red star. And her hair is that soft, thin yarn, just like Starlight, which I love. It's just so soft and fluffy, and yeah, it feels nice. I personally don't love the color because I'm a sucker for the old strawberry blonde Rainbow Brite dolls. So I prefer the orangey color hair instead of the bright yellow. But it is at least a little more golden yellow than the 2003 doll, which is even brighter yellow, or the Madame Alexander rag doll had even brighter yellow hair. So at least it's come back down the orange spectrum a little bit, but it's still obviously not orange. But it's pretty, it's fine. I will learn to deal, it'll be okay. So let's go to her face. She's got bright purple star on her cheek, as she should. So they lightened her lip color. Originally it was not red, but it was definitely a darker magenta, and it just didn't really suit her face. It made her look a little angry. So I'm glad that they lightened that to kind of that peachy coral type color. And she's got those beautiful blue eyes. She does have this eyeshadow that goes all the way around her eyes, that kind of brown color, which the original doll had a little bit of that above the eye, but this one has it all the way around, if you can see. So not a huge deal. It's not like it's super dark or anything, but just wanted to point that out. And she's got her cute little eyebrows and eyelashes. So I just want to compare her real quick to a vintage doll, and I picked Baby Brite because their heads are about the same size. Now Baby Brite's eyes are smaller, which I think I prefer that. Her eyes seem a little big to me, but not the end of the world. Just for comparison, their noses are about the same. Got a cute little button nose. Baby Brite's nose is a little bit more well defined, if you can tell. But a nose is a nose. It's not that big of a deal. And I would also say Baby Brite's eye, if you can see from the side, it's printed on the flat part of her head, whereas the new one, the eye is actually printed, or at least it starts printing on the curved part of her head. So if it were up to me, not that I'm a doll designer by any means, but I probably would have gone a little higher so that the eyes were printed on the flat part of her face, but not a big deal. Kids aren't going to care. They're just going to say, hey, it's a doll, it has eyes, yay. I'm just saying these things for the collectors that may be watching this video and want some extra detail. But I think she's super cute. I think she's super well done, well made. Let me hold her up beside the original 80s Rainbow Brite just so you can see the difference. And there's really not a big difference in size. She is, it says 16 inch, but when I measure her, depending on where you start measuring, like at the top of the ponytail or not, I got anywhere between 16 and 17 inches. So I'd say she's maybe on the high side of 16. But yeah, not a big difference in height. I realize that's including her ponytail, but still, even without the ponytail bump, not a huge difference in height. The new one's head is smaller. And the dress, the skirt starts higher on this one. So I guess the color belt is a little bit smaller because just the top of the dress is smaller. But other than that, I like some of these new changes, like the star here. Like the old one didn't have the strap. I can't get that word. Strap, stripe, whatever. The orange thing on her feet. There's just a lot less detail on the feet in general on the old doll, so I like the detail there. Um, I love that the details are printed on the material. I cannot stress enough how important and wonderful that is. That we won't be losing color belts on these dolls in the future. So, there you have it. I think this is a super cute doll. Yes, it's different from the original, but we knew it was going to be. And, you know, the 2003 doll, let me see if I can reach it. Oh, its head mold was almost identical to the one from the 80s. So, I don't know. I kind of like the fact that these looked so similar yet different, but I also understand why, since they've done that once before, they might not want to do an exact same head mold this time. So they're probably just trying to change it up a bit more, which I can't blame them for. It's fine. It's cool. It's cute. And I like her. So I'm really happy to add her to my collection. I think it's great that they're coming out with her in time for the holidays. I think this will make a great gift for any 80s child or any child of an 80s child. I think, yeah, kids are going to love this doll. She's so just soft, squishy, plush, cute, and brightly colored. I mean, what kid doesn't love those things? So, yeah, I can totally see some kids just carrying her around. She will be their new best friend. So definitely go to your local Hallmark store, pick her up, and let me know what you think in the comments. Say bye, Rainbow. Goodbye.